Welcome to Crypto plus Passports equals freedom. I'm your host, Ohini Mara. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and share this video and leave a comment so we can attack that YouTube algorithm and grow this channel. And with that, let's get into the topic. Today, we're going to talk about if you're angry with women, you do not understand them. And we can start this with my story. So, gentlemen, as you know from my book and from my other live streams, I have spoken ad nauseum about the fact that I was in a relationship and I thought this woman was the one. I thought we were going to have children. I thought we were getting married. I moved her from New York to North Carolina. I bought a house. I bought her her first vehicle. Everything you could think of, I did. I fully invested in this woman. And I believed that she was the one. And unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way that not only was she not the one, but she was dealing with other guys. And I was completely devastated. I was angry. I was mad. I hated women. I spoke against them. I did live streams talking about them. I did so many videos to tell men to stay away from them, go to monk mode, all of these different things. In my mind, I was convinced that the ladies were no good. They were our enemies. They were against us. All of these things. Eventually, when I cooled down, I had to go into the mirror and I had to have a long conversation with myself. And in that conversation, I had to come to the realization that it was not the woman who did me dirty. It was not women who did me dirty. As a matter of fact, it was the person in the mirror. I did myself dirty. Why? Because I assigned attributes and characteristics to this woman that she never agreed to. I wanted to make her into something that I wanted her to be. I wanted her to be what I wanted her to be. And I assigned all of these things to her. And in reality, she never promised me anything. And I think that is the biggest problem that men have with women. I think that is the reason that we have gender wars going on and everything, is because we're assigning characteristics and attributes to women who never promised us anything. And this is why we have to look deeply at the red pill content, the manosphere, dating coaches, black pill movements, etc., etc. When you look deeply into it, what is it based on? It's based on anger and contempt for women. And I can understand that because that's how I felt when I learned that this young lady that I invested in was dealing with somebody else. I had anger. I had contempt for her. I had the same for women in general. But here's the thing, gentlemen. When you're looking at these videos that are exposing these women as cheaters, that are exposing these women as gold diggers and being delusional and having unrealistic expectations and using data and statistics, right? We're using all of these things as men. We're using them to justify our anger towards women. But like I said earlier, in reality, we are truly upset with ourselves. We're using them as the vehicle, but in reality, we're upset with ourselves. And why am I saying that, right? Because, gentlemen, in reality, it's our fault. We try to make them into the image that we want. Gentlemen, we are actually out here trying to turn 304s into housewives. We're trying to turn them into Susie homemaker. We're trying to get them to stay at home. We're trying to get them to be loyal. And then we get upset when 304s do 304 things. We are trying to pretty much make them into what we want them to be, and then we get upset when they are not, right? Your mistake is that you are trying to apply men logic to women, right? You think that she doesn't enjoy being a 304. You think she doesn't enjoy 304 activities. You think she don't like to be out in them streets. You think she don't like dealing with multiple dudes at one time, and you are absolutely wrong. And this is the problem. We need to stop applying our male logic to women, right? Our problems one of our biggest problems is we feel like we can save her. We want to go to the closet. We want to put on that Superman cape, and we want to get out here and save these women, right? Well, here's the thing. Let's look at what this young lady has to say about men who like to put their capes on and save women. Check this out.
Next, I get this all the time, but you will have people that will try to save you or marry you. People that will question your profession, like, why are you doing this? You're so pretty. Let me just get you out of this type of work and take you back to school or something. So just prepare for that. To have that shining knight in armor.
The problem with men is that we believe if she is being a 304, it has something to do with us. We think if she cheats or she's out here in these streets, it must be something we are lacking. You're not 6 foot. You don't make 6 figures. You're not muscular, etc., etc., etc. But if you believe that, then you need to ask people like Kevin Garnett, Tom Brady, Michael Jordan, Michael Strahan, Shaquille O'Neal, Terrell Owens, etc., and the list goes on. These men had all the things that they say that they wanted, that women say that they want, and they're still divorced. Why? Because, gentlemen, it has nothing to do with you. They have wants and desires that have nothing to do with you, gentlemen. What men need to do is they need to understand you cannot change a young lady's mindset. She's going to do what she wants to do. You can't sit around being mad at her and angry because she has her own mind and she's doing what she wants. We have to understand that we have absolutely nothing to do with it. When a woman cheats, you have to understand if it was not you, it would be somebody else. Ask Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal and all of the other guys that I named, right? So, gentlemen, I'm letting you know you should not be worrying about these things. So let's get to it. What do men actually need to do? Gentlemen, the first thing you need to do is realize the old ways are dead, right? Gone are the days of relationships and marriage and nuclear family and things like that. Now, listen, and I'm talking in the Western world, by the way. You probably can find that outside of the United States, which I would encourage a lot of men, if they're looking for that, to do. But in the States, the old ways are dead, right? So the relationships, the dating, all of these things, they're dead. You need to get those out of your mind. You need to stop asking ladies to go on dates. You need to stop trying to get in relationships, and you definitely should not be trying to get into marriages, because these are the things that are pretty much putting men into these states of anger towards women. They are no longer viable. You should not be looking for these, right? Let's keep it going. The next thing that you should do is you should stop placing your hopes and your dreams in women. This is the number one reason that a lot of men end up self-deleting, end up in prison, end up, with mental issues. This is the reason, because men are putting their hopes and their dreams into women. They are buying them things. They are taking them places. They are doing things for them. They are marrying them. They're doing all of these things in the hopes that this would make this young lady an honest woman. And when it doesn't work out, a lot of men, their reaction can be very dangerous and deadly, right? So basically, we have to stop placing our hopes and dreams into women and stop trying to make them into what we want them to be and just accept them for who they are, right? And then the other thing, I already said it, but here we go. We have to accept them for who they are. Guys, do not get emotional when you find out that a young lady is not who you think she is. You have to look at this in terms of National Geographic. When they're looking at the lions and the hyenas and the elephants, they don't talk about them emotional. They don't get emotional about it. They understand who these animals are and they respect it and they just observe. We have to be the same thing with these modern women. When you're looking at them, you do not get emotional. You don't get angry. And you got to stop watching this red pill content. You got to stop watching these dating coaches. You got to stop watching all of that, because that pushes you to make an investment. That pushes you to invest. And this is not what you should be doing, right? So, keeping it going, guys. If we're not focused on women, if we're not putting our energy into women, what we are doing is we're keeping our energy on investing in cryptocurrency, and our purpose. As you know, cryptocurrency is the future that is happening today. I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, but you definitely should be looking into cryptocurrency. You should be looking into the different projects. You should be looking to how the government is looking to regulate it, and you should be looking into where the next iteration of money is going. Right? So again, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but you should be looking into crypto. The next thing you should be doing is you should start eating better. You should start exercising, and you should start traveling. These are the things that you should be focusing on. The next thing you should be focused on is start working on breaking up with your boss and living off the digital economy, right? Stop basically working those 9-to-5 jobs, getting stuck working day to day for 30 to 40 years when there's a ton of opportunities out here in the digital economy. You can start a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel. You could do some TikTok things or whatever. You can make comic books, your own comic books if you can draw. You can make your own music online now. There's so many different things that you can do. And then, of course, get into STEM programs, right? Get into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics programs, right? Learn how to code, because as we know, the world is going into technology. You go into McDonald's, you don't even have to go to the counter. You can order your food from a kiosk. So my thing is, you're either learning how to code those kiosks, you're learning how to build them, or you're learning how to repair them. So that is something that you want to look into. You want to look into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And these are the things you should be focused on. Gentlemen, if you follow this blueprint, I promise you, you will be 1,000 times happier. And I am making a guaranteed promise. If you take your focus off of worrying about the ladies and what they're doing, if you stop investing in them, if you stop trying to change their behavior, if you stop trying to shame, blame, and explain, because we know the reality. They don't care about statistics. They don't care about data. You can't shame them into changing their behavior, right? The only thing you can do is focus on yourself. The only thing you can do is focus on building yourself. The only thing you can do is focus on building your financial freedom, your mental health, your physical health, and building a career that is based in the digital economy, away from the traditional 9-to-5. So that would be my advice. So, gentlemen, I have talked long enough. I would like to thank you for joining me for another session. Guys, if you enjoyed this, definitely hit that like and subscribe button, and please leave a comment so the YouTube algorithm can see that you guys are engaged. I want to thank you again for another episode of Crypto+Passports equals freedom. Until next time, take care.